What's up everybody, welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. So hope you guys are all having an amazing day today. This video, I was going to make it for just my team, and I was like, you know what, might as well just put it public. You guys can see, I don't know, share it with your teams if you'd like to. I'm just going to be going over some stuff that I feel is quite important for people to realize about Atlas, the do's, the don'ts, the stuff that you should be doing when the Alliance calls, things you should never ever do, period, and that I see a lot of people do. If you're into Atlas and you have troops you enjoy doing Atlas runs, glory hunting, hit me up in game, doing a slight merge into Dark Shades to improving castles and whatnot, an Atlas activity. But I will be leader there. My alt already is a leader there, actually. So hit me up in game. In-game name is Odin. I don't know. Minimum level is like 250 or around there because we're planning on going to Sapphire. Same stuff that applied to Necrosemi applies there as well. But yeah. Anyways, going on to the video. So one of the very first things that people start doing, okay, that I've noticed, and this is a big mistake, and I'll explain why, is whenever I call for help, okay, and I'm not, like, calling out anybody, alright, but if you, as a leader, call for help, and people show up with a bunch of loaded Primarchs, that is a big no-no, alright, for many reasons. The main reason is especially if they are bringing a lot of silver siegers, if they're bringing a lot of silver Primarchs at all, that is a bad idea. Why is this a bad idea? You say silver Primarchs are amazing. Why would you not bring them? The issue with silver Primarchs is that when you are defending a castle or an alliance castle, is that you can kill 25k troops on a silver Primarch in one go. Whereas a bronze, let's say, trapper or taunter, you can only kill 7,500 with one go. There is a big difference, right? You can lose a lot more troops at once on a silver Primarch than you can a bronze Primarch. That is why whenever you're defending a castle or you're trying to defend your own castle or an alliance castle, always only bring bronze Primarchs. Now, if you are trying to level up, let's say, a silver Primarch, you can bring silver Primarchs to battles. Just don't load them up. One of the biggest things that I see are people bringing, like, 75,000 troops on a silver taunter. Horrible idea. And that's just something that, you'll naturally do, right? You want to bring as many troops as you can. But it is very inefficient in terms of glory, and also you're going to lose a lot of frickin' troops very quickly. If you want to try and keep a castle, if you're trying to defend a castle, bring bronze Primarchs. Now, in terms of what Primarch to bring, if you're trying to bring a certain sort of Primarch to a battle, primarily speaking, a lot of people bring Siegers, which is great. Siegers are definitely by far the best attack Primarch you can use, period. I suggest them for a lot of members. It gives you the best glory, it kills the most troops, and lose the least, which is obviously ideal. However, if you are defending, you really want to prioritize trappers and taunters for obvious reasons. Now, destroyers / fighters are not bad. However, they don't have as much utility as your taunters and your rushers do. Rushers can trap, especially when you have, like, a huge battle going on. Trapping those taunters so your attack prims can attack the other attacking prims is very, very beneficial. So if you're defending a castle, and if I do at group or whatever, and I say, hey guys, I need you guys here, okay? What I expect is to see people bringing in bronze trappers and taunters to try and protect whatever attack Primarchs we have on that castle in order to take out the other attackers. And in this case, let's say, for example, you're being hit by a glory raid, okay? Maybe not a complete, like, conquer attempt, right? But just, like, a normal bubble party, okay? Having a couple of siegers on a castle in order to take out those couple of attacking prims is not a bad idea. However, in order to maintain that, or for them to be safe, you need to have some amount of taunters on a castle. A bunch of taunters on a castle makes it a lot more difficult for glory parties to access those ideal or those primed Primarchs. And what I mean by prime Primarchs is, for example, as a glory hunter, what I look for are a lot of silver Primarchs on a castle, because again, that is very easy, effective glory. Even if it's like 70% glory, I'll hit it, because it's a lot of time that I can save to take out 25k troops instead of just, 7.5 thousand. Very, very time efficient. But I also look for a lot of destroyers and siegers, because siegers give amazing freaking glory, and you can kill a lot of troops and barely lose any of your own. So having a bunch of taunters on a castle is not necessarily the worst idea ever. However, having a bunch of silver taunters obviously is the worst possible idea, because, again, silver Primarchs equals glory hunting fiesta. No, wait, fiesta? Yeah, fiesta, not siesta. Yeah, okay, there we go. Fiesta. So definitely make sure that you don't have it on that. Now, if you're trying to defend a castle, if you're trying to, like, put a bunch of random Primarchs on a castle in order to keep it. So let's say you have, like, a, this is our castle, okay, pretend, all right, it's not, but let's say it is, and I want to protect this freaking castle, like, no one is going to touch this castle, or they might touch it, but they're not going to take it, okay. What I would do is put a bunch of Primarchs, a bunch of Rushers, bronze Rushers, it could actually be silver, it doesn't really matter in this case, but put a bunch of bronze Trappers with 5,000 troops, okay. A bunch of Primarchs equals a lot of more frickin' work. As a glory hunter, I want the least amount of work possible for the most amount of glory return. So having to switch targets repeatedly makes it very annoying. Having the same base over and over and over again, that just, you kind of gets repetitive, you kind of get in the groove, right? Having to switch up your target every other base is extremely annoying. On top of that, extending your base, putting a level 1 tower at the front of your base is possibly the smartest thing that you can do for the least amount of work. As a defender, period, in this game. With Atlas becoming a thing and wars becoming less and less of a priority, don't get me wrong, I love wars. But in the end of the day, you're going to be in Atlas, or you should be in Atlas, a lot more than you're spending in wartime. And having a tower at the front of your base makes it so much longer to take out your base than if you have it only like a little short base, like I normally would say. So having a level 1 tower definitely helps for defense. It just takes a lot longer to get through your base, which in the end is super, super helpful whenever you're trying to defend. Obviously, it's very annoying as an attacker, but you know what? I sacrifice, all right, a lot for y'all, okay? So just saying, all right? But anyways, getting back to the defensive stuff going on, I would put 5k troops on a bunch of Rushers and put one, like, high-level taunter. In this case, I would probably put my taunter with, like, 50k troops. Okay, nothing crazy, because if you have too many troops, again, glory hunters get in this, like, kind of mode where they'll just keep hitting the same Primarch over and over and over and over again. They kind of get in the groove, they kind of get going, and they'll, literally wipe out 100k troops, no problem whatsoever. Even if it takes them a huge amount of attacks, they'll do it, because it's simple, it's easy, whatever, okay? But having just 50k troops or so, and then having a bunch of rushers, in the end, it will be the most efficient for all of your players, because not every single player will lose a bunch of troops. They'll each only lose about 5,000. But in total, you may have like 200k troops on your castle. You never know. And having a couple lower levels on there definitely helps as well, because as a glory hunter, I'm not going to hit a bunch of level 100s, because they're going to give me no glory. There's no point. It kind of defeats the purpose. So anyways, those are just kind of the general things. I don't know. I wanted to make this video because I keep seeing the same thing. Don't load up your freaking Primarchs, ever. Unless it's, like, specified, unless you are, like, in a situation where you have a bunch of taunters on a base and you are going for a conquer attempt, never load up a silver sieger. Period. Ever. Don't do it. Bad idea. If you have a bunch of, taunters on a castle, sure, maybe it would work out. But otherwise, it is not a good idea. It will be a target. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If it helped you guys out, leave a like down below. I don't know. But I do hope that it helped some of you guys out. Either way, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out, fellas.